Welcome to this deep dive. Today, we're getting into something I think a lot of us can relate to.
Absolutely. We're looking at the emotional side of using dating apps.
Yeah, specifically through the lens of this one really interesting source. It's a concept for a video called the dating app emotional grind.
Right. And our plan is basically to unpack the journey shown in this concept. See what it tells us about how this whole process feels.
From that starting point, that hope, to where the source suggests it can end up.
And it kicks off with a really strong visual idea.
It does. It's built around the split screen concept, before and after. Super simple, but effective.
Yeah, it immediately shows you the contrast it wants to explore.
Yeah.
So on the before side, the left, the source describes like bright lighting, hopeful music.
Someone getting ready, looking genuinely excited.
Exactly. Taking a good photo, smiling,
Yeah.
full of hope. They open the app and their face is just optimistic.
And that's a familiar feeling, isn't it? That initial buzz, thinking, okay, maybe this time.
That hope for connection. But then, bam, the source shifts you right over to the after side.
And the mood just plummets.
Totally. Dim lighting, described as blue-toned. The sound is quiet, ambient. It really emphasizes being alone.
Same person, but maybe weeks, months later, just slouched on the couch.
Yeah, maybe in sweats, the source suggests. The energy's just gone.
And the key thing in that after visual description, they're not even really engaged, are they? Just swiping, mindlessly.
Exactly. And the expression is described as blank, tired.
Their face lit only by the phone screen, that single light source. It's a powerful image of being alone with the app,
It really is. And then there's the text overlay, split across the screen.
Simple but effective, hopeful for connection on the before side.
And then, on the after side, left feeling lonelier. Stark.
It highlights that huge emotional distance traveled, from hope to feeling even more lonely. It's about the failure to achieve that initial hope.
Right. It's not just feeling lonely, but feeling lonelier after the process.
And the source shows the person in the after shot finally closing the app, putting the phone down.
And just sighing, looking exhausted, kind of staring off. It paints a clear picture of the emotional toll.
The source really lays out how this happens, too, doesn't it? It boils it down.
It does. With that phrase, swipe, match, ghost, repeat. And it calls this whole thing a cycle.
A cycle, that word implies it's repetitive, right? Maybe hard to break out of. Each step potentially leading back to the start.
Exactly. It reinforces the negative feeling instead of moving towards that connection you hope for.
And it's not just any cycle, according to the source.
No, it labels it an emotionally draining cycle. That wording is specific.
Suggesting you put energy in, but instead of getting connection back, you just get depleted.
Yeah, it directly links that process, the grind of it all, to feeling lonelier. It's the whole repetitive nature, maybe, that wears you down.
Right. So the source isn't saying you weren't lonely before, but that this specific process can actually amplify it. It fails on its promise.
Precisely. And the concept wraps up with this full screen text. A call to action.
Stop the grind. Start connecting.
It puts the focus on the process, the grind of that swipe, match, ghost, repeat as the problem, contrasting it with genuine connection.
So to recap, this source, the dating app emotional grind, it shows this arc. Starts with right hope.
Contrasted sharply with ending up feeling lonelier after going through this emotionally draining cycle it describes.
That swipe, match, ghost, repeat cycle. And it ends asking for a real solution, telling you to stop the grind, start connecting.
Right.
So thinking purely about how the source frames it, if that cycle leaves people feeling lonelier, it really makes you wonder, what does the source suggest connecting truly means? Beyond just swiping and matching on the app itself.
So, you're looking for the best dating apps, maybe even for a serious relationship. Let's talk about Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge. So let's talk dating apps. Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, they all have their vibe. But what's the difference between just dating and actually being in a relationship?